We're getting more and more details about how the NBA plans to restart its season in Central Florida.
It's exciting for sports fans just to at least be able to watch something. We're seeing more and more athletes now speak out on social issues as well, like racial inequality today. The WFTV Sports brothers, Joe Kepner and Christian Brewy, are here again to take a closer look at sports.
Well, Central Florida is going to host the NBA Finals for a third time. We just don't really know if the Orlando Magic will be playing in them.
Yeah, it's officially official. The NBA governors approved the plan to come to Walt Disney World with 22 of the 30 NBA teams, play 8 games each to finish the regular season. Then we'll get the playoffs, and it will include the Orlando Magic. But yeah, they're going to have to play some really good basketball if they want to be a part of a third NBA final.
And unfortunately, they won't be allowed to sleep in their own beds, even though the games will all be played at ESPN Wide World of Sports. The Magic, like all of the other 21 teams, will be housed at a resort somewhere on Disney property. And despite that, Magic front office still very much on board with this plan.
They've all worked very hard. They've stayed attached to their programs, attached to the coaching staff, and attached to each other. And we're optimistic that when the time comes for us to return to work, that they've put a good foundation in place to build upon.
So we will have basketball back, but we don't know what it means for the following season because they're looking at a very quick turnaround.
They want to start the training camps for the next season in November. That would give whatever teams make the finals less than a month of an off season. For perspective, in a normal year, they would get over 3 months of off season. So it doesn't look like that could derail the current plan, but it is definitely something to keep an eye on.
It's just a step in the right direction. We don't have 1 million people here, but, you know, we got enough. We got a crowd, and that's all you need.
All over the country, professional athletes, NBA players especially, are participating in these protests demanding changes to the justice system, and we've seen it for a very long time. People outside of sports telling athletes to stick to sports. I'm tired of hearing that. It sounds like they are tired of hearing it, too.
No doubt about it. I spoke with Dr. Lapchick, a human rights activist and professor at UCF who works on racial relations and fighting against social injustice. He said it is surprising that we're seeing so many athletes, but he also loves to see this, and he believes the fact that teams are speaking out against this is helping those athletes.
Every time an individual athlete did it, they were stifled, their career ended. I think the difference today is we have a body of athletes doing this, and they have a group that will support themselves, and the public has generally been appreciative, especially those who are anti-racist.
Now, every year, Dr. Lapchick also puts out a report card for racial hiring in professional sports. The NBA last year scored an A+. We'll see if all these protests lead to more diversity in the rest of the leagues as well.
And Dr. Lapchick's lived an incredible life. I posted my entire conversation with Dr. Lapchick up on my social media pages if you'd like to check that out.